This video is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another map first impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at Jack Pine. But first, this video is sponsored by Jimmy Romanowski. Thank you for being a farm baron. And get that chainsaw out because I got a map for you. Now, this is a forestry map. And first and foremost, I'm going to say I'm a little taken back by this because it was last year. Yes, last year, but it was last year where a map author had submitted a forestry map, had some problems getting it through, and basically, in the end, they were told there was already enough forestry maps. This is a farming game. Your map is not going to be approved. So we've had other forestry maps that I have said pretend to be farming maps because they have a few fields scattered here and there. This is clearly exclusively a forestry map. So I'm a little taken aback by it, a little upset, because we shouldn't be censoring, if you will, what's approved in the Mod Hub if it is indeed compliant with the regulations of the Mod Hub. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and move on into the video. Description goes, from the makers of Dark Forest, we are bringing you Jack Pine. Jack Pine is a forestry map, but as soon as you clear the land, you are free to start your farm. We have added common sell points to get you started with your forestry and farming career. Hope you have fun and enjoy. So we're not going to need most of these mods because, well, there are no fields. There are no animal areas, so we don't need any of those. We're not going to drive around. We're just going to do the flyover. So there's no fields, no reason for precision farming. So go ahead and kind of load on into the map. Pretty much vanilla, no mods activated. Map loads up very, very quickly. And here we are. So we spawn into the map at the shop. We have our shop trigger here. And then around the other side, we have our starting equipment, as well as the customize, repair, sell, and trade trigger. Go ahead and take a look at the map. Zoom on out, and pretty much the entire map is covered in forest. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pseudo clearings where you can kind of set up your stuff and start your farming. We zoom on in, you'll see that there are a few sell points: spinnery, ranch, barn, sawmill. We also have a fuel point and an animal dealer. Should you clear off the land, carve up the fields, put down an animal area, you've got the animal dealer if you want to transport your animals. We do have all the standard crops available to us here on Farm Sim 19 for the map. So again, once you clear the land, you can carve up the fields and plant your crops to your heart's content. The ranch is going to be our exclusive built-in sell point for our crops, spinnery for cotton and wool. The ranch is also going to take our eggs and milk. Then the barn will be our sell point for silage, hay, straw, and grass, since there isn't a biogas plant on the map. Of course, with all the placeables, you can clearly add more sell points, biogas plant, and so as you kind of form out your creation out of Jack Pine. So we have a very modest list of starting equipment. We've already seen it here. No animal pens, and there are no contracts because, well, there are no fields. Go ahead and take a look at that starting equipment. We start out with the Steyr Profi CVT 4145 and the Dutzfar 9340 TTV Warrior. So big boy there. We've got tractors ranging horsepower from 175 to 336. We've got the little HR46X tree harvester. I don't see that very often. We have the Farm Tech TDK 1600 trailer. The FHL13AK Steppa log trailer. We have front loader arms, log fork, front weight, and, well, that is it. There's no sleep trigger on the map. You have to put that down yourself. There are no custom placeables built into the map. So let's go ahead and get set up for that fly around and, well, see what there is to be seen. Get a little bit of altitude, and we'll just start a little spin and maneuver. So right now we're kind of in the northeast of the map, so we're fairly close to the map border at this point. Then we'll have a much better view as we kind of start to look southwardly across the map. Then a diagonal across the map, and then to the westward direction. So you can see that most of the map is forestry. There is a nice mix of trees, included with some grass and other shrubbery kind of on the floor. Then we do have kind of a road network that links all of these various cell points and kind of clearing areas. And here we have the spinnery, if I am remembering correctly. Go ahead and check. Indeed it is. You can also tell that the map is not completely flat. We do have kind of knolls here and there, kind of hilltops. We have one of those forestry clearings. And here we have the ranch. We have our fuel and our animal trigger. Go ahead and make our way eastwardly, or should I say westwardly. And this progression across really helps us see kind of the rollingness of the geography. You see the hill come up to us and then fall away. Overall, what was that? Let's say overall the land isn't super densely planted with trees. I was exploring kind of at this lower level. There were some interesting ambient sounds in certain areas of the map. Pop up out of the woods. Make our way over to the sawmill. And here at the sawmill, we have a wood chip sell point in the big shed here. Wood chips. And then we have our log sell point right here. Let's just go ahead and look and see. Okay, so we do not have to put our logs between these two rows. We could put the logs right here. Then we have our activation icon. Let's say this flag on the wall will answer any questions as to where this map is to basically be based. PDA. And just for funsies, let's kind of follow the road to the barn. Get kind of a sense from the ground. I mean, I think you could really clear this off and make a pretty good go at it, for sure. Now, one thing we didn't look at is if you start this map up on new farmer mode, start out with this whole huge section up here in the northeast. Is cheap, $38,000. All the land on this map is dirt cheap. You could, even in new farmer mode, make an absolute fortune with the equipment you have, and then upgrade as you get more and more money. If you load this map up on Farm Manager or start from scratch, you're going to find that you own no land, but of course you have a lot greater bankroll to fund your land purchase and get going. Interesting enough, on Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, you still have your starting equipment. So clearly, Farm Manager is the way to go. It's going to give us biggest bankroll. You're going to be able to easily afford one of the in-game tree harvesters, a modded tree harvester, DLC tree harvester, yourself a big trailer, and buy a plot of land, probably closest to the sawmill, and, well, get to stripping the map in order to start carving up your fields and making a go of it. The barn starting to peek its way through here. Barn sell point. And even these sell points, like the sell point at the sawmill, or this area right here, the area at the shop, still has a fair bit of clearing. You could kind of put your farm buildings here, and then start working out from there. So guys, that is gonna do us for Jack Pine. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of this forestry map? Are you interested in forestry maps? Would you like to see more forestry maps in the future? And until next time, happy farming.